Kirby.
Michael, yeah, it's Kate. I was just walking through the legal district and I've picked up some of your favourite tea and fruitcake, and I thought I'd come up and have a chat.
Yes, you can come up straight away, but only if you're bringing the tea and the fruitcake.
In our first episode of At the Bar, I have the amazing privilege of interviewing the Honourable former High Court Judge Michael Kirby, also known as the Great Dissenter. This interview series is called At the Bar with Kate because usually I'll bring along my guest's favourite drink, favourite tipple alcoholic usually of choice. But Sarah, your PA, said that you don't often indulge in alcohol. And you prefer tea. So today I've brought along what I've heard is your favourite kind of tea, some Assam tea.
It's beautiful. Drink Assam tea. It goes to your head.
Can we get some sort of sponsorship deal with Taylor's or something? So I brought the tea, and also, I had to trawl Sydney for some fruitcake because not many people eat fruitcake, it seems, but David Jones Food Hall still stocks a nice fruitcake, and I've brought that for you today,
This is
Michael.
beautiful. It's so difficult to get them outside Christmas. But when I was a young article clerk and judge and barrister, if you were very lucky, the judge would bring you into his chambers and give you a cup of tea and some fruitcake. That is a tradition that has just passed away, but it's lovely to have this.
I'm glad we could reinvigorate that
Yes.
tradition. Let me put it over here, and you let me know
Thank
when
you.
you want a slice. I'll be indulging as well. This tea starts a good point of conversation for me because Sarah, your PA, said that you don't really drink alcohol. And I remember there was a case where you famously said you didn't know what the word hammered meant.
Well, I didn't.
Is that the case? Can you tell us the story?
Justice Callanan asked a question. Mr. David Jackson, who was appearing for a party, said that the person was drunk. I expressed anxiety about the word drunk and said it had a lot of baggage attached to it. And then Justice Hannon said, I think the modern word would be hammered. And I simply explained that I'd never heard that word before. And outside the context of this so-called joke that made it into all the law journals, I'd never heard hammered, and it's not said in the circles I mix. But then again, my circles, boringly enough, are more likely to be Assam tea. Occasional glass of champagne, and that's it. I'm not a heavy drinker.
You still don't know what hammered really means, or you wouldn't use the word?
I don't really know. Is it what Mr. Abbott is alleged to have done to himself?
Allegedly. Mr. Abbott, yes.
He got
may
hammered,
have
did
been
he?
hammered in Parliament House and missed
Oh,
an
how
important
shocked, the
sitting.
shock of it all. I'm sure that's never happened before or since.
Never or since. So if you could go back and talk to your 20-year-old self, what would you tell 20-year-old Michael Kirby?
I would say, first of all, drink more alcohol and less tea. Second, be courageous and get involved. Even at 20, I was getting involved in activities of the Students' Representative Council and activities of the Council for Civil Liberties. So I was a joiner, but I would definitely encourage that, and I would tell myself, you must be more courageous. You must stand up for what you believe in. This is not a dress rehearsal, and it's not a long journey. It's a relatively short journey, and you've got to make the most of your time, and the most means you've got to try to make the world a slightly better place for your existence. And that's what I would tell myself, and that's what I would tell young lawyers today.
Mr. Kirby had a dissent rate of almost 50% while he was on the High Court, so he's known for having a few opinions of his own. But what I have here is a little bit of a game, to see whether you might have mellowed in retirement, or whether you still
It's the
do,
cake that's mellow, not me.
or whether you might still have that dissenting opinion on a few things. So I've got some paddles here. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and they'll be quite simple. And if you agree, you're concurring, and if you do not agree, if it's a no, in dissent. So just hold up whichever one is your answer. So I'll give those to you.
Okay.
And let's do a practice question. So first question, pineapple on pizza.
Oh no.
Correct answer. So we've got 5 questions. See how many we can do getting in dissent or concurring opinion. So you're a man who knows a thing or two about style, I'd say. What do you think about in courtrooms? Some lawyers have taken to wearing chinos in court. Do you know what chinos are?
No.
So, okay, chinos are a sort of skinny jean that men wear, that they often roll them up at the ankles. What do you think? Is that okay in court?
No.
No. Okay, you heard it here first, folks. All right, something more serious then. Mandatory sentencing.
No.
No. Should Australia have a Bill of Rights?
Yes.
Okay, we've got 1 concurring, 2 dissenting so far. There have been calls to raise the retirement age for judges in New South Wales. It's currently 72, and some people are pushing for it to be 75. What do you think?
No. People in public power have to let others have a
Let go. Okay. So that's 3 dissenting, 1 concurring. I think we might have a result already, but let's ask the final question. You're only as young as you feel.
I think I concur with that.
Concur. Okay, so we got 2 out of 5. So I think you're still the great dissenter.
No. That's nonsense.
It was a pleasure speaking to you, Michael.
Thank you
enjoy
very much,
the tea,
Kate.
enjoy the fruitcake.
Thank you.
We'll see you again soon.
No. Get lost. You're hammered.